Most of the time I do not use Webflow's native custom code integration to write my code because the workflow within Webflow, in my opinion, makes me slower, especially when it comes to write JavaScript, because you have to click 3 times and publish the project to save your code, to see it live, and then of course reload the live page, and there are too many steps and it just takes too long, in my opinion. But there is a solution on how we can write code in a modern environment and then use this code in our Webflow project. And for this we use CodeSandbox. But before I show you the setup, let me quickly show you what I have prepared here in Webflow. You see this inactive toggle here with the question, hello CodeSandbox, do you hear me? And the answer is no, not yet. So I have prepared a CSS class that sets the toggle to active and changes the text to yes. So we will write this in JavaScript, in CodeSandbox, and then connect CodeSandbox with our Webflow project. But before we start, please subscribe this channel. You did it? Okay, then let's start. First, we need to create a new sandbox, and for that you need an account which you can create for free. And in your dashboard, simply click on New Sandbox, and now you can choose a template, and for our purpose a static template is totally fine. So we create this one, and that's already the first step. And now in the second step we create our files. So for that I will just create a JS file, just name it main.js, and then another file, a style.css. Now in step 3 we need to link our sandbox to our Webflow project, and for that you need the URL of your sandbox, which you can find in the preview browser of your sandbox. Just copy this link and go to your Webflow project in your site settings, and then to custom code, and in the head we want to add our CSS file. So let's write link rel style sheet href, and then close this, and here in the href we insert our link and simply add the name of our CSS file at the end, so style.css. And we do the same in the footer for our JS file. So here we write script source and then close this, and here we add our URL again and then add our main.js. And this way we have linked our CodeSandbox and Webflow. So let's save this and publish. So and now I want to test if the connection between CodeSandbox and Webflow works, and I want to give the toggle wrapper the class is active in my JavaScript file, and if we do that our toggle should be activated and yes should be displayed below. So first I select the class, I say const toggle wrapper document query selector, and then say toggle wrapper, and then add the is active class. So toggle wrapper class list add is active. Now I save the file with Command S and go to my Webflow page and just reload this one, and it worked perfect. We can now write JavaScript code in CodeSandbox, and this code is directly available on our Webflow page. And next we can add some CSS. For example, we could color the border to this wrapper green and give the entire wrapper a subtle green background once the isActive class has been added, just for demo purposes to see if our CSS file is also linked. So I go to my CSS file and just write toggle wrapper is active, and then I give it a border of 1 pixel dotted and this hex code here, and then toggle wrapper is active before. And here we add a very subtle background. So let's say content, then position absolute, inset. So and then the width 100, height 100, the background to this hex code again, and let's say opacity 0.05. And now I save this again with Command S, go to my Webflow page and reload it. Yes, it worked. Very good. So we have successfully linked our files with Webflow, and now we can write custom code directly in CodeSandbox, and it's available in our Webflow page. So when I just deactivate this one, so let's remove the class as active, save this and reload the page again, and we see the toggle is inactive and the green color is not there anymore. So we see we can just write our JavaScript code now in CodeSandbox, and then it's directly available. And this is very cool, I think, a very modern workflow. So, and another cool tip I want to give you is I'm using the Arc browser, and here you can work in split mode, so you can put two tabs side by side, and when you do this you just can open your Webflow page on the left, for example, and the CodeSandbox on the right. And here you can just hide the preview browser in CodeSandbox and on this button here, and hide the file browser. And then you could also just put your JS and CSS file like this. So, and then you can shrink this down a little bit. So now you can write your code on the right and just save this here and reload this on the left. And this is a super fast workflow, and for me it's an absolute game changer. I use this in every project. So yeah, that's it. And another tip, if you have finished writing the custom code and want to publish your page live, I would recommend copying the code to your Webflow project. So just cut out here in from your sandbox, and then paste it in your Webflow project, so like this. And the same with your CSS, just cut this out here and add a style tag in your head and paste it in here. So I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something, and I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my new channel, and thank you for watching. See you in the next one.